Brought to you by Penguin.
Penguin Audio presents Mack the Life, written and read by me, Lee Mack. Hello, it's Lee here. If the volume is too loud in your ears, turn me down a bit. It's going to be a long journey. The book I'm about to read to you is the autobiography I wrote in 2012, and apart from the very odd change or reference point, is exactly how it was written back then. A note before I begin. The visits to the psychiatrist in this book are absolutely genuine. The part of the psychiatrist is played by the wonderful Angela McHale, and some scenes have been edited for the sake of brevity. But other than that, they are taken directly from recordings of the actual conversations. Having said that, the rest of this book is totally fabricated. That's a joke. Psychiatrist's office. Lee is sat talking to a woman who for now we will call Brian. Having finished his autobiography, he has had the idea to ask a psychiatrist to read it, then meet with Lee and analyse him, to see if she can offer up any thoughts about what makes him tick.
You do realise that if I agree to do this, that we can't really class it as psychiatry, don't you?
Why?
Because this is not really how psychiatry is done.
Oh, that's fine. Doesn't have to be actual psychiatry, as long as you prod me a bit. Not literally. Lee is worried. Will his last comment be read as overly sexual, even though it was just a joke?
Well, if it doesn't have to be psychiatry, why choose a psychiatrist?
Well, because I did a random search on Google. Lee pauses. He thinks about cracking a joke about usually using Google for other things, like porn, but decides not to, as she might think that the joke is to mask the truth. She might think he does use Google to search for porn, especially after the prodding joke. And I had three choices: psychiatrist, psychotherapist and psychologist. Lee realises his mistake. He hasn't got three choices. He only has one choice. He has three options. He's about to correct himself, then realises she will not be judging him on his grasp of the English language. She will be judging him on his use of sexual jokes about prodding and excessive searching for porn on the internet. And, not knowing anything about this field, I figured a psychiatrist was the most qualified. Psychologist sounds like they're only used for catching serial killers, and as for psychotherapy, well, that sounds a bit too much like anyone can do that, even if you're not properly qualified. Any old person can claim to be one of those people, I bet. Lee panics. What if she is also a psychotherapist? He's annoyed with himself. He only said this because he was trying to ingratiate himself with her, assuming that there was probably rivalry between these factions. Lee is convinced he has said the wrong thing. He wouldn't mind, but it's not even his opinion. It's the opinion businessman Sir Alan Sugar gave to the psychotherapist Pamela Stephenson when Lee did the Graham Norton show with them both. In fact, at the time, Lee defended the honour of Pamela Stephenson on the subject. After Sir Alan Sugar had claimed anyone can buy headed notepaper and call themselves a psychotherapist, Lee had butted in and said, "No, Sir Alan, it's not everyone that can buy a title." This had got a laugh and a round of applause at the time, but it was annoyingly edited out due to not wanting to upset Sir Alan. Please tell me you're not also a psychotherapist?
Well, you can be both.
Brian doesn't let on if she is both. Lee doesn't push it any further and decides to just get paranoid instead.
Won't it be hard to distill these 1 hour sessions into a 2 or 3 page script?
Oh, don't worry. I'll edit it down to the highlights. I might even use it as an opportunity to crowbar in some anecdote that happened on a chat show, but then subsequently got edited out. So, will you do it?
OK.
Lee is pleased she has agreed.
But I'd rather remain anonymous, if that's OK.
Oh, no problem. I won't mention your real name. I'll just call you Brian. Lee goes to exit.
By the way, I'm a cousin of Jedward.
Lee is unsure why he is being told this, but likes this odd fact and decides he will include it in the book, even though that surely means her anonymity is blown. Unless, of course, Jedward have loads of cousins that are psychiatrists. Chapter 1. When I read other people's autobiographies, I am often a little disappointed at the start. Do we really need to have 3 chapters on their parents, or in some cases grandparents? The first 100 pages always seems to be about how their granddad,
Sample complete. Ready to continue?